You know their personnel so well. They know your personnel so well. What is
Probably
that like?
try to overcoach too much. You know, it's probably you're overcoaching it, you're overthinking it, because you just know them so well. You know, and at the end of the day, there are some tactics that will win games, of course, but at the end of the day, the kids got to play. So, you know, I mean, it's just going to be a great game, and you know, we have to execute our game plan, and our players have to do their job, and you know, we just got to pressure Penn State.
It's the crazy thing. By the time this match is played, it'll have been like a couple weeks shy of 3 months since you played the last time. You know, their coach was saying she feels like they're a totally different team now. Do you feel like you're totally different in all ways?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know some of what our players were capable of doing, and I most definitely have a better idea of what each player can do for us and what each player could bring. Where 3 months ago, I don't think the patterns were there, the habits were there, or the confidence was there. So we are definitely a different team. So I'm really looking forward to the game.
It was a kind of kooky game here with the delay to start, and there was another delay right after the first goal. Was probably difficult to get into any kind of rhythm or.
Yeah, you know, there was definitely elements out of our control, Mother Nature being one. But you know, it was a good game. I thought both teams could have won it, and it just so happens that you know, we came up on top on a set piece, and sometimes that's all it takes.
And it was eye-popping as your numbers have been in your first 3 games in this tournament. I'm guessing probably not anyone else in the field has matched what Penn State has done. I mean, 15 goals, 71 shots. Those are like video game numbers.
Yeah.
For what you've seen on tape.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
prolific in their attack. They're efficient. They're scoring all sorts of goals, and you know, they are just you know, such an attacking minded team with so many different weapons. But they're solid. They have no, you know, they don't have any holes. But when you're just talking about their final third and their opportunities to finish, it's incredible how dangerous they are.
Just maybe the most impressive thing in their 6-0 win, 6 different players scored. Then their next game, 4-0, 4 different players scored.
Yeah, it's like West Virginia. You know, I mean, I think we present that same problem. You know, but yeah, I mean, Penn State is so dangerous, and we respect them so much and understand, you know, what kind of talent we're going to be up against. So we got to bring our best.
Weber had no shots in the game here. I know you'd be satisfied if that were the case against Saturday. What was it in the first game here?
I think Maggie did a great job with her. I think Maggie matched up well and just really had a good game and a good understanding of what Mallory can do. And you know, you don't hold a Mallory Weber you know, to no shots or one shot. So it'll be another tough day to match that performance, but Maggie will do her best.
Nikki, you mentioned earlier things that have changed from this first meeting, confidence being one of them, to beat this team. What sort of confidence does that give to a team that, you know, they knew their own abilities early on, but to put it up against one of the top teams in the country and to come out victorious, that had to have done a lot for their mindset?
Yeah, it was very important for us. You know, that was definitely you know, a target on our schedule that the girls wanted to have success with, and they set out that they wanted to get that victory. So this team was very determined and took advantage of the opportunity and got the win.
You mentioned the possibility of overthinking when you go into this a long week too to get ready for it. How have you seen them, you know, being focused and utilizing their time properly with no school and all that stuff to their advantage?
Yeah. You know, it is nice to get a little bit of rest after, you know, the 2 games, and I think the athlete has put in a tremendous grueling schedule so far. So I know a lot of them are taking advantage of just kind of resting and recovering and getting ready for Penn State. So I think it's a great time for us without class, and for us to kind of regroup and focus and recognize what our strengths are that has gotten us to this point, but also be loose and having some fun with the weather and just able to do the things we need to do and be focused on you know, some of the tactical things we need to get done.
About challenges or even opportunities of going to a different environment after 3 games here at home? I know you relish that opportunity to play in front of these fans, but now going on the road, how big of a difference will it be?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, they're a tough team at home just as we are. So going into Jeffrey Field is not going to be an easy task, but we are familiar with it. It is kind of our field away from home. I've been to Jeffrey Field more than I've been to any other field. So, and I know our seniors could probably say the same thing. Going there for tournaments, you're getting 2 games a year on there. And if not, advancing in the tournaments, you go play there. So, I think we're familiar with Jeffrey Field, but we also know how tough Penn State is there.
Does it make it at all more, of a personal thing for you? Not necessarily as far as the team is concerned, but just how familiar you are and all that you think of this one maybe in a different way, or, if we're gonna go farther, yeah, of course we're gonna have to go through Penn State.
Yeah, the NCAA definitely regionalizes this tournament, so I would have said to you, it's going to be Penn State, it's going to be Virginia Tech, or it's going to be Virginia. So, it's not like I have this magic crystal ball. It's just typically how it happens. So after 16 years of it, it's a bit more obvious. But I respect Penn State. When we beat them, we knew we beat one of the best teams in the country. I think they're, second in the country right now. Numbers don't lie. So for us to beat Penn State, it's not really personal. It's just knowing that this team has beat the second best team in the country on Saturday.
Thanks, Nikki.
Plan, your goal is not just to get to the Elite Eight, but obviously to advance past that. But at the same time, you have to kind of enjoy it, because you look at some of the teams that are not playing right now, North Carolina, Florida, Clemson, to name 3.
Yeah.
It's you have to be doing a lot of things right to get this far.
Yeah, it's not easy to be where we are right now. It never is when you're one and done, and there's some great names that have bowed out and have lost. So I know how fortunate we are, and it's exciting. But now when you get in this position, you're 3 games away from a national championship, and beating a team like Penn State is a great opportunity. So it's definitely. It's exciting, but it's also very, very challenging. But we know where we are and what position we're in right now, and all the opportunity we have if we play well and beat Penn State.